I look good, okay? I look good. Eatable. I want to say I looked eatable. It was called Pineapple Band. They were like awesome sauce. Shout out to Pineapple Band. And my pee was by the door, okay? Right by the door. I was clenching so hard that I'm like, yo, I just need to go. First thing that he said to me was, you want to get out of here? And I was like, no. And all of a sudden, it just fist flying. People start like jumping in, like the girlfriend started to defend the other girlfriend, and I'm like, damn, oh my gosh. And welcome back to another episode of I'm Just Sharing with Shaunda. I am Shaunda. Hey guys, hey. Happy Thursday. I hope everybody's had a good week so far. Excited about tomorrow because I know that usually starts everybody's weekend and being off. Unfortunately, I don't have that privilege just yet, but soon it will happen. So, previous episode, I mentioned that I was going to have a guest this week. Things change, so we're just going with the flow. So it's going to be another solo episode. How about that? I hope everybody loves my voice, and that's it. Just kidding. No, I wanted to talk about my last week, and I want to say I got to go out on Friday. I took myself out on my own little date, which was pretty interesting. I was on the phone with my sister, and I actually got like some bad news, and it just made me feel sad. And it's mostly sad. I can't really describe the feeling on like how I feel right now because I know it's leading to change and it's a positive thing, but it just seems like a huge setback. So with that information, it really got me down. But when I was on the phone with her, we ended up talking about like Sex in the City and girlfriends and how you have friends and it's a really good time to hang out with friends to just have like a release and going out, partying, dancing, drinking, and just enjoying each other's time. And I was like, man, I would love to do that. But it's also making sure that your friends also had the time to go out. And again, this was like, I'm never off on a Friday. So it was very nice to like, okay, it's going to be Friday night. I don't have to work. I can go out tonight. It's going to be great. I mean, I know I can go out anytime, but it just never happens on a Friday because I work on Friday. So when I talked about that with my sister, I'm like, it's just finding people, but if not, I don't mind going out by myself. I don't mind seeing how that's going to be. And I want to say I've done it like once or twice. No. I haven't done it like at all. It was always going out with somebody, but this time it's going to be by myself. And that's a good thing. Because when I was listening to the Horrible Decisions podcast, Wheezy on there just said like, it's really good to have like girlfriends to go out with. And if you have a partner, you can go out with your partner and just dance, but you can also like party and enjoy yourself by yourself. And I'm like, right, I can do that. And with the information I got, like, I didn't want anything stopping me from going out either. Like, I just wanted to have some type of different time, different release and whatever. So I just looked towards that. So I was just like, okay, I'm guaranteed to do this. I need an outfit. To go and find an outfit. I got inspired, I believe by Kim Kardashian. I'm not going to say believe, I did. Kim Kardashian wore this like bodysuit outfit and these pants. I can't really describe the type of pants, but they were like the those type of pants. And I was like, okay. And I saw her wearing with heels and I was like, I got those heels. I've seen an outfit like that somewhere. I know where to find it. And I was like, I know where to find it. Target. And I was like, it's time. I got to go to Target. I went to Target and I found the pants. Luckily, Target prices. Pants were $30, but they were on clearance, so they were $15. I'm like, this is perfect. I have to find the top. there is a top somewhere that's going to match this type of color. And I want to say it was like a gray color, but the outfit gave Renaissance, so it did give like silver. So I'm like, I need to find something close to this. The bodysuit has to match. It has to be perfect. So I ended up like finding like this gray crop top with spaghetti sleeves, and I was like, okay, spaghetti arms, and I was like, okay, this is giving more in the house though. Like this isn't giving like the sexy bodysuit, that outfit that I seen. And I was like, I need to find it. So I ended up like going somewhere like in the clothes section, no luck. And then I ended up on the other end and saw that there was like a bathing suit. I was like, the bathing suit was the same color as the pants. It's a match. I gotta go for this. I look good. Okay. I look good. Eatable. I want to say I looked eatable. I looked so good. I was so happy. So, when I ended up leaving, I brought my heels with me, and I also made like a very convenient type of outfit anyway. So with me, I had my moccasins. I wore my black moccasins, and it looked very good with the outfit anyway, real laid back. But I still had my heels, and they fit all in my purse, so it was perfect. So I ended up driving, ended up parking, and I'm feeling good, and I'm like, all right. I put on the heels, and I thought where I parked that the club was like right there. But the club was actually 2 blocks down. I did start walking in my heels, y'all. I did start walking in my heels. I was gone. And I'm walking towards the light, and I got really nervous because first of all, there was like these handsome, sexy ass military police in their uniforms. Ooh, those uniforms. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, I need to not fall. And that is what's not going to happen here. I'm not going to fall. Another con to this is that the ground was the brick one. So I was like, one step into one little crack, it is not going to be a good look. Pro, it's not going to be a good look, but one of them will come over to help me. I can feel their arms, right? Like, con, I can't mess up this outfit. Like, not even the con. I can't mess up with this outfit. So I'm at the light, and then I'm like, right, because I'm in these heels, I know people aren't going to stare. People is worried about them, but the people who are going to stare is the people at the light waiting to go. And I was like, I need to get across the street. I need to go across the street. I need to not fall. So I'm thinking like, I got to look good. Got to impress these military police right here. And I need to not embarrass myself in front of any of these people. Any. So I started walking, and I was like, wild. Like that's all I kept saying as I'm walking. I'm like, okay, you're doing good. I made it to like in front of this store because I'm like, yo, it seemed right there. Like I was 1 block away from the club, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna make it. So I ended up leaning against the store, ended up changing my shoes into my moccasins. The heels fit perfectly in the bag, and I'm like, great. Onward I go. So I ended up getting in front of the club, and the security guard right there, he asked me for my ID. I'm like, yeah, like, how is it tonight? You know, like, I said, how are you tonight? He's like, good, all that other stuff. We had like a very small conversation. So I end up walking inside, and it seemed like something off of a movie because like, as I'm looking down to see where to step, it just seemed like a slowly move up, and I see that there's nobody in the club, and I'm like, damn. And, right now it's like 8:30. And I went outside and asked him like, when do people start coming in? He's like around like 10:30. I'm like, jeez Louise, really? I know, I think he said like 9:30, 10. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like my bedtime. I feel so old. Like, I'm like, what do you mean people aren't out? Like the sun's going down, it's a nice breeze. Like it seemed dark. Like, I'm like, it's just, come on. He's like, yeah, nah. I was like, okay, I guess I'll come back. So I ended up leaving and going to Waterfront. And there was this club that was like on the floor. And then I saw that there was another one upstairs. So I was like, okay, let me, I didn't know that it was like another club like upstairs. I just thought it was going to be like another bar, more space or whatever. But when I walked up, It was a live band. I was like, oh my gosh. Every time I do go out, I want to say every time that I do go out, it ends up randomly at where a live band is playing that night at a bar. And I love it. I love live music. Ugh, nothing. So I end up going into the bar. There was like this stand-up table. There was no chair near there. So I was like, okay, I need to bring like a chair, like that's my spot. And it was a perfect view right where the live band was. And the band was called Pineapple Band. They were like awesome sauce. Shout out to Pineapple Band. And I ended up like right at the table, sitting at the corner, and I got me an Orange Crush and just was vibing to them preparing to get on, because they were playing it like, tuning up their stuff. And I'm like, oh shit, this is going to be nice. It was. Okay, I'm gonna get into that. So I'm feeling the music. I had my little thing before I got in there too. So I'm just like, my drink, feeling good. I felt good. Like I felt out of the world. Like I don't know what to say. And then when they started playing, everything just took me. I felt all the music. I felt them. I felt the piano, the guitar, the singing, but the fucking drums. I don't know what it is about the drums. Oh, no. The biggest thing that got me, I'm sorry, y'all, because like everything is just hitting me. The biggest thing that got me was the saxophone. I love all instruments, but all of them together was just perfect together. But the saxophone, I was taken aback. Okay, I was taken aback. And they started playing like old school R&B music and like some of their music. Like I was just like, oh man, they were amazing. So then somehow I got another Orange Crush, and I was just vibing to the music, dancing. And I got my second Orange Crush. I ended up talking to this man who was like drunk. He was here for a wedding. The wedding was going to be tomorrow. He was just like, I'm just here with my friends. And I was like, okay. And his voice was slurred. And I was just like, it's very hard to talk to you. Now the people, I had to change out my shoes. As I sat drinking my drink, okay, I changed out from my moccasins into my heels. I'm like, this is a vibe. Okay. This is definitely a vibe. I'm going to enjoy my outfit fully, including the heels. And yes, I'm going to change them at this table. And I did. I felt really, really good about my decision and enjoying my drink. And then it led up to like talking to the guy at the bar. And I want to say with these people, yes, these people had money. Okay, I don't know what to say. All of them in there, some single with their partners, like, but I could tell. I'm like, I'm not worried about it, but I am worried about it. I'm looking for a sugar daddy, It's hard times, okay? It's hard times. I'm going to look for what I need to look for. But either or, I was just having a conversation with him. He definitely gave off sugar daddy, but the vibe threw me off because he was too drunk. I'm like, he's not going to remember this conversation. So I got my drink. I went back to my table, and they just started playing some music. I was like, oh, yes. It's mostly R&B, slow and like just vibing music. And I'm in there, and then like people started to come in, and there was these 3, like 4 girls, women that came up to me and was just like, oh my gosh, because I was vibing out to the music. My eyes was closed. I could hear them like, yes. But I thought that they was like talking about themselves, but they was like, you need to move to the front. And my eyes were still closed. And I'm just vibing. I slowly open them. And it was like, yes, no, you need to move to the front. I was like, oh, okay. Like, thanks, girls. So they were just like, you look amazing. You look great. But your energy, I guess it was just the energy that I was just giving off. They like, you definitely need to move to the front foot just to enjoy yourself. I'm like, sure, I can be closer. I ended up going closer to the stage and just going off with them and just vibing out with them. They were having a blast. We were having a blast together, and just enjoying good music. And with them, I don't know, like it was just very weird to end up with, like, as I talked before about hanging out with 4 girls and having friends, seeing that these 4 girls and have their friends was just really good to see. And being a part of their moment was just like awesome sauce. And like we had a conversation, I got their social media. It was like amazing. Really, really good time. I had 2 orange crushes and the water. And I was waiting until they came to a stop, to a point where I was like, okay, I think it's just time for me to use the bathroom. I have to go. This is where the craziness happens of like how I feel about going into or waiting for a bathroom. First of all, the line was crazy. It wasn't too crazy. I was like mid. I got in there at a perfectly good time, but it was still like 4 or 5 people ahead of me. These are not stalls. These are 4 bathrooms. And I'm like, okay, what's up? We seen one person come out, then another person goes in. From there, it was nobody who came out at all. Like, I'm like, what the hell is going on in these bathrooms? The one that was near us, the first bathroom door, never budged, never opened. Nobody came out. As I stood there, like, I want to say in total, I stayed in that line for at least 25 minutes. I'm not being dramatic. 25 minutes that I had to hold, and it was, my pee was by the door, okay? Right by the door. I was clenching so hard that I'm like, yo, I just need to go. I was like, I'm not going to embarrass myself. I'm not going to pee on myself with the kind of people that are around me. Hell no. I do not want my night to end off like that. No, no, no. So there was like a friend group in front of me, and it was 3 of them. And you know, when you go in, there's going to be at least 3 girls in this one bathroom. And I'm like, all right, it's the timing thing for me. I always time myself when I go into the bathroom because I'm being considerate of the people who have been drinking, and they need to use the bathroom. So I need to hurry up. But before that, with any 3 groups, the biggest rule is that everybody comes out all at the same time, never one by one, because that's what happened. One of the girls ended up leaving the bathroom, and they was like, yeah, it's like 2 girls, 3 girls in there. And I'm like, oh. I was like, y'all, I was really, from there, I broke. I said, I just really have to go. And I screamed that so anybody could hear, because I'm like, I'm about to pee myself. Like, I need to go. It was so much. The door didn't end up opening. 2 girls came out again, and it just seemed like the girl was just trying to be smart, because I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I need to go to the bathroom. And then there was like a guy in front of me who was also like, he went and like started to like bang on the door, like all 4 of them, for like, let's go, like, it just needs to move. I was so irritated. And once the bathroom room opened, I got everything off, holding everything still. Such a multitasking thing of like holding your pee and also trying to get off, like trying to get everything off. And this is a bodysuit. This is a bathing suit. I have to move everything down. It's tight. I had to move it off at the hips. It was tight. I got it off, luckily, and I made it. And it was just a lot. The water, I didn't know, did that to the orange crush mixed together. It was just a flow of a waterfall for like, it was my longest pee. I was trying to count, but I was like, no, I'm just feeling relieved that I'm getting to pee. So that was that. And then ended up going, my plan was to use the bathroom and go right back to the live band and also hang out with the girls that I just met. But the bathroom line and the whole thing just threw me off. And I was just like, I don't want to go back now. Like, I just don't want to go back. They just messed me up. I was so irritated. So I ended up going downstairs and just walking through that club, because I'm like, no, I want to go back to the initial club that I like was at. So ended up going there. And I knew that I said I wanted to dance. I want people to be around me, and we're all just vibing and dancing together. It was really, really great. Walking to the club and getting into it, it was a lot of people. I ended up going towards the front near the stage area, but they had a DJ, and I was like, okay, great. And I was just dancing on the floor. But behind me, right behind me, was like the path to get towards that bathroom and people going back and forth. So I got to like dance and just be in my element, but then I also had to be aware of the people and making sure that they had the space to get through me. So I'm like, all right, cool. Stayed there for like 15, 20 minutes dancing. And I was like, all right, this is getting too much. I'm going to make my way back towards the front of the club and close to the exit. I ended up going, I'm just dancing back there, a lot of space, a lot of room. I didn't mind being in the back and just enjoying myself. I see a guy come up to me and he was just like, well, not to me. He was walking past me. He said, you look too cute to be back here dancing. I said, well, this is where the space is. So I'm fine. Thank you, though. Thank you. Thank you. And then dance some more. Then there was another dude that came up. I was like, oh, wow. Wild. Look at me having people come up to me. Oh, my gosh. And the dude, the first thing that he said to me was, you want to get out of here? And I'm like, no. No, not at all. I'm like, I'm having a good time listening to music. If the music is loud, even with horrible decision, and listen to Mandy saying that she does not want to be at a place or a club that she has to scream to have a conversation. She said, no, like, we're not going to do that. So I definitely understood the guy saying, like, you want to get out of here, but that's the first thing you say to me. No, 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 sir. I'm okay. So we're trying to talk. And he's like, what? And I had to like put my hand on his ear and like, so he can hear me. It was so much. But as we're talking, I see a woman push another girl, like push. And I'm like, oh snap, okay. And then another push happened. The friend ended up getting in front of her friend and saying like, chill, like it's all right, it's all cool. But the woman on the other side ended up pushing the girl underneath. Then all of a sudden, it just fists flying. People start like jumping in, like the girlfriend started to defend the other girlfriend. And I'm like, damn, oh my gosh. And in my head, the first thing in my head is just like, damn, I should pull out my phone. I didn't though. I did not pull out my phone. I was just enjoying the entertainment. I was enjoying the music. And it was so funny because Blink-182 was on. Was people partying in the back and then the fight right in the front of that. And then I'm right in the front of them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. I'm still dancing to music but watching the fight. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Security came, police ran inside. They started like grab the girls. The girl still had the other girl by the hair and you just see swinging. Poor man that was in front of me, not the one that I was talking to, but there was another dude that was in front of me. He ended up getting popped in the face like at least 2 or 3 times. I'm like, damn. I ended up getting smushed like between the wall, the people that were in front of me or on the side, and then the fight that was still happening or them trying to escort the girls out. So I'm dancing after they left and the dude was still trying to talk to me and I was like, wild, like that's crazy. Like it's real crazy. Like just the whole fight happened. I'm like, wow, what a night I'm having. I'm really having a good night right now. And then I forgot his name. We were still like yelling over music, trying to hear each other. And then somehow like he just started coughing and I'm like, okay. And I'm dancing, but then I started coughing. I mean, like really like over the shoulder, choking on something, like something was in the air. I believe somebody ended up, pepper spray ended up being like sprayed in the air. It didn't really catch anybody, but it hit us until like 2 minutes after. And I'm like, I was like, yeah, oh my gosh. And then I was like, well, I gotta go. That's all I said. I was like, I gotta go. Ended up leaving and walking back to my car. I guess he like ended up standing inside, but I ended up leaving, walking back to my car. I felt great to drive. I had my little thing again and just ended up vibing home to Victoria Monet. And I was very happy that I went out. I was very happy that I get to like shed some type of energy off and just not thinking about the news that I got and just having a good time, like just having a good time. and ended up like coming home and just chilling after that. I was very happy that I ended up leaving and going out, just so life just didn't stop me from enjoying myself and having that experience by myself. I even admitted to a couple people, which was pretty weird. I didn't want to lie because I'm like, I'm not going to lie and say, oh, I'm here with my girlfriend. No, I ended up like just myself. And I believe with the girls that I did hang out with at the first place at the live band, they asked me like, who are you here with? And I said, I'm here by myself. And it was like, yes, love that. Love that. And I was like, yeah, yeah. It was a good time. I really had a good time, and enjoyed. I would say with any crazy things that goes on, you just gotta find the fun in it. And I actually recently said that it's good to have a childlike attitude towards life, and I'm glad that I have that. So nothing is too hard. So that is that. But I guess that leads me to say I hope everybody have a good Thursday, and then a good Friday, and a Saturday and Sunday, and then start all over again. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of I'm Just Sharing with Shaunda. Please remember to rate, like, comment, and subscribe on my Apple, Spotify, and YouTube page. Please DM or comment or anything that you like to do. I would love to know. You can also share any of your stories with me at imjustsharingpod@gmail.com. Thank you guys. I will see you in the next episode of I'm Just Sharing with Shaunda. Bye.